No one at the base had ever seen a woman walk through that gate without trembling. But this one didn't flinch, not even when the captain pointed a loaded gun at her head. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The sun was merciless that morning. Sand swirled across the parade ground, stinging the eyes of every soldier in sight. The captain's jaw tightened as the mysterious woman walked closer, her boots echoing on the cracked concrete. She wore no badge, no visible rank, just a plain jacket, faded from years of sun and salt. "Stop right there," the captain barked, raising his weapon. "State your name and unit." She didn't answer. Her silence unsettled him more than 100 rebels could. The air grew heavy, the kind that makes even the toughest men's fingers twitch. The soldiers watched from a distance, whispering under their breath. "Who is she?" one muttered. "Maybe a spy," another said. Or worse. The woman's gaze didn't move. Her eyes were steady, almost mournful, like she'd seen this scene before. And maybe she had. "Final warning," the captain hissed, stepping closer. The gun's barrel trembled slightly against the wind. "Tell me who you are." Slowly she removed her glove. A small tattoo glistened beneath the dust. A ghostly emblem, faded but unmistakable, a silver skull with the initials G13. The captain froze. The whispers behind him turned into silence. Every soldier at that base had heard the stories. Ghost 13, the elite SEAL unit that vanished after a classified mission 10 years ago. The one no one was supposed to survive. "She can't be real," one voice broke. Ghost 13 was wiped out. They said she died in the fire, but the captain knew better. He had seen that mark once before, etched on the wrist of the woman who saved his entire squad from an ambush in Syria. The woman who disappeared without a trace. His gun lowered. "You're her," he whispered. Her voice, calm and steady, finally broke the air. "You shouldn't point that at someone who once carried you out of hell." For a moment he couldn't breathe. The soldiers stared, some in disbelief, others in awe. The woman they had nearly detained was the legend every recruit had heard about. The ghost who led men through flames and vanished into the smoke. But she wasn't here for glory. She was here because someone in that base had betrayed the code, selling coordinates, endangering lives, and she had come to end it quietly, before anyone else got hurt. When the captain found his voice again, it was softer. "Why come back now?" She looked past him, to the flags fluttering over the command post. "Because I couldn't rest, knowing good men were dying for someone's greed." Her words hit like thunder. Even the air seemed to pause. The captain holstered his weapon, shame flickering in his eyes. "You should have told me," he said. Her expression didn't change. "Would you have believed a ghost?" Moments later, she walked toward the command office, the soldiers parting like a wave. Papers rustled, boots scuffed, but no one dared stop her. Within minutes, the corrupt officer inside was exposed. Caught red-handed, trembling as she stood in the doorway, silent as death itself. When it was over, she didn't wait for thanks. She simply nodded to the captain, a gesture heavy with history, and started walking toward the gate. "Where will you go now?" he called after her. She paused. The wind carried her reply. "Somewhere peace still remembers me." The captain stood there, gun still in hand, realizing he had nearly shot the very woman who once gave him back his life. And for the first time in years, he saluted, not out of duty, but out of reverence. Because courage doesn't vanish. It hides in the quiet souls who walk away when the job is done. And somewhere beyond the horizon, the ghost still walks, unseen, but never forgotten. Before you scroll, tell me, would you recognize a hero if they stood right in front of you? If this story moved you, subscribe to this YouTube channel for more true and powerful tales of courage, justice, and redemption.